Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. My dear friends, we love you so very much. We're going to tell you a little story, one most of you have heard. We are not sharing from any sort of religious perspective because in the heavens, we are all religions, and we are none. We are pure love, sharing only love, and this, dear ones, is a love story. A long time ago, a young man walked the earth. More purely than any before or after, he embodied God's love. His heart was pure. His words were kind, and his humor gentle. He had a gift for making furniture and making children laugh. He was kind to the women and respectful of the elders. He lived, breathed, preached, and shared God's love daily in the humblest ways. He amassed quite a few followers at a very young age. He performed what those around him called miracles. He fed the poor, helped the homeless, and admonished all around to put their love into action. Despite his great love for humanity, the fact that he was so beloved was perceived as a threat to those in power at the time. You know the rest of the story. At age 33, he was cruelly hung on a cross. He was ridiculed, abused, and taunted. Yet, he did not waver from his love. He forgave his tormentors. He counseled those hanging beside them. He comforted those mourning. Dear ones, he loved. He loved through pain. He loved those who tortured him. He loved those who hated. He loved those who grieved. He loved and only loved. He did not like these behaviors. Of course not. He didn't like that human beings derived pleasure from torturing one another. He didn't like the fact that they took delight in his pain. He didn't like to see the women and children mourning with hearts so heavy they could turn to stone. He felt great sadness for the souls lost in darkness. He felt great compassion for those falling into anger, fear, and grief. He loved. He loved. He loved. By this, we mean he focused beyond the massive darkness that was trying with all its might to possess him and lure him into hatred and instead put his attention on the light. He focused beyond the hate and felt compassion for the fear that drove it. He focused on the truth of the tiny spark of light that lay so hidden in some hearts it was nearly extinguished. He loved that light so strongly that his tormentors were shaken to their very core. They went home with an emptiness they had never felt and a doubt they had never experienced. They had been robbed of the thrill of temporarily lording death over another. Instead, they felt their abject loneliness and the misery of their disconnected existence not because he fought them, not because he hated, but because he loved. Instead of allowing the darkness to possess his light, he focused so brightly on the presence of the divine even in those who forgot that their darkness had no power over his spirit. They killed his body, but 3 days later, he brought it back to life, demonstrating once and for all the eternity of the soul. This young man did not come to form religions nor give you rules on how to live. He didn't come to make one ideology right and another wrong. He came to love. He came to demonstrate that love was powerful enough to burn brightly in the face of all darkness. He came to demonstrate the love of the divine in human form so all would know that no matter who you are, what you do, or how far you have strayed from the truth, you are loved. Love is possible in the face of abject darkness. You may never be able to imagine the light in those whose vile behaviors seek to harm and destroy, but you can seek and see that light elsewhere. You can find it in the bees buzzing around the flowers in your yard. You can find that light in the endless changing of the seasons, which reminds you that life always follows death. You can find that light in the eyes of your child, dog, or the clerk in the store who stops to help you find an item. You can find that love in the tenacious little blades of grass that get stepped on all day and pop right back up. You can find it in the thousands of people who have contributed to your cup of coffee. In a world that is rattling now because the lost and disconnected are once again seeking to feel some semblance of power, focus on all the good you can find. Love that light where you can easily see it, and if you must turn your thoughts away from those lost in darkness. They want attention. Deprive them of it unless they appear on your doorstep. Focus on the families supporting, helping, and loving one another. Focus on the billions living in peace. A few lost and disconnected souls want you to believe that they are your God, and of course, they're part of the energy that is one, but they have forgotten. They act and think from a state of disconnection in which their only fuel is the hatred they stir up on this planet. Don't give them that fuel, dear ones. Surround them with light, or if you cannot do that, look away. Look to the good. Empower the vibrations of love, and you begin to starve the darkness. There is justice built into the universe. Those who murder will be greeted upon death by those they thought they could kill. They will see the blissful existence of those they felt they destroyed and know immediately the contrast with their own lonely existence. They won't take with them any of the lands they conquered, any of the money that validated their existence, any acclaim, or fame, or followers that made them feel important. They will appear before the ultimate love, raw, stripped of all they once thought made them powerful, important, or lovable, and they will feel the sad lie within their existence. They will see the bliss of those in heaven and realize they have been living in hell. At that point, they can choose to receive God's love and be changed forever, or they can refuse the light and live in a dark and aching loneliness. Some of those who thought themselves most powerful and wreaked the most havoc on your planet are now sitting in a lonely darkness because they feel unworthy of love. God doesn't punish dear ones. God calls all souls home to love. So when you witness wars and abominations, do your best not to let darkness steal your heart, love, joy, and purity. Focus on the good in this world, for it far outweighs the lost, and even though the big events make your news, the smaller, loving kindnesses occur every day, all around you. See love. Be love. Share love. You can experience heaven here and now, no matter what is happening around you. We are here for you. Sit with us. Receive our love, and we will help to strengthen yours. God bless you. We love you so very much. The angels.